Hey gang, what's up? It is Scott here. It is kind of a check-in, but I'm also doing a little segment here that I want to continue going forward, and we're calling this the community call out. It's been a tumultuous few months in the world, and obviously no different in the running community. Um, so I really kind of wanted to take this opportunity to highlight some of the positives that I've been seeing in We Run London and just in the running community locally in general. Um, if you didn't see it yet, obviously I commented about Backroads starting their programs. I know lots of other programs are opening up around the city right now. So, whatever your go to was, hopefully they are having some options available for you. And as always, we're just kind of here as like a fun run on Mondays. But we've put a decent little community together, and I love seeing everybody's posts and everybody kind of getting social with We Run London. So I wanted to, like I said, just take this opportunity to do a community call out to everybody who's been putting in some really good work uh, in their sweat game. So we love living the sweat life here. So the number one call out I want to make right off the top is obviously healthcare workers. Um, there's really no words to say what they are going through right now and what they've done for our communities. Um, I'm going to call out someone who's very close to me, and it's my friend Jen Ralston. Um, I love you, Jen. If you're watching this, I know it's been really tough on you. You've had to put or send your beloved fur babies off to your parents so you can put in extra time at the hospital, and um, it's beyond appreciated. Um, like I said, I can't put myself in your shoes, but just kind of working in the food business myself, I've seen some crazy stuff on the regular, and it pales in comparison to the stuff that you're witnessing every day. So huge call out to all the healthcare workers, and especially you, Jen, because I know that you've done a few half marathons in the last couple of years, and you're trying to find the run game again. And this whole community is here to support you. Um, and if you're watching this and you want to just say thank you to anybody, I mean, obviously, just put them in the comments below, whoever you want to shout out, because it's so important right now that we spread the love, and it starts from the top. So healthcare workers are number one in my books right now. And getting into the run game, obviously this is a running group. So Jen, hopefully I know you've got a few runs in the last couple of weeks. I hope you keep that up, and we're here for you. So just let us know what we can do. Um, with respect to the run game, there's been lots of challenges going on over the last little while. Um, the few that kind of popped into my head was of course the Goggins challenge. I know a number of you hopped onto that challenge that I threw out there. That was a tough one. That was a mental grind, and I know we had a little Zoom call about it, and that was a lot of fun too. So huge shout out to everybody that was brave enough to sign up for that, because on paper it looks easy, but once you get a full day into it, it is a lot on your mind, and there's a lot of sleep deprivation that goes on there. So as far as I know, everybody that jumped into it finished it, so that was impressive, and you should be giving yourselves pats on the back for that for sure. The other one I kind of wanted to talk about was the That Damn Hill virtual race. That was a fun one because there were so many different uh, variables to that in terms of distances, PRs. I know they were doling out some prize money as well. So if anybody has more information on that race, by all means, type it below. If you want to call somebody out yourself, just to say kudos or good job. I mean, like, I love hearing about all that stuff. So those two were just kind of ones that stuck in my mind. I know there's tons of them out there. And then quickly, I wanted to parlay onto one run, because that is huge right now, especially in London. We've only got 1 week left. So if you did decide to do that challenge of getting 100 kilometers between May 19th and June 19th, You got 1 week left to get it to get your mileage in. I know a few of my friends finished it up this week, and that was amazing. They kind of surprised themselves because they thought they were going to kind of push it down to the wire, and it kind of goes to show you too. Once you get the ball rolling a little bit, once you get a bit of positive momentum, it gets a lot easier to get your foot out the door. And kudos to anybody who is doing it, who has done it, and who plans to do it in the next week. So, yeah, please, like I said, use this as a forum to update. Comment below, chit chat about it. If you need somebody to, socially distance run with for a few kilometers, throw it out there. I mean, you'll be surprised at who would want to come help you finish something like that. So there's never anything wrong with asking for a little bit of help, and I hope that anybody who is close to getting it done gets it done, and share away. We wanna celebrate those wins. So one run is obviously a huge part of the London running culture, and Teresa is going to be doing her run on the 19th. It's a week today, so June 19th. That's going to be something else. I know it's going to look a little different this year for that team, but it's still impressive all around. Again, there's really no words to say what Teresa and her entire team has done in terms of raising money and bringing awareness to where it's needed. So one run, get it done. All right. So we're going to quickly jump into a few personal shout outs by name. We're going to start with the gals. And I had kind of a hard time with this because I know some folks posted we were in London. Some folks are on Strava that I've been seeing and things of that nature. So with the gals, I did a tie for third for third place because there was some pretty impressive stuff happening out there. And the first call out I want to make is Gwen Hudson. I've thrown a couple of questions out to the We Were on London crew. She's always usually the first one to answer. And Gwen, you're always super honest with respect to why you run. You've also talked openly about like the time off that you've taken from running and how good it makes you feel to get back into it and get back into the swing of things. So I think that's amazing, and you work your butt off, and I just thought that was worth mentioning. So kudos to you. The other tie for third is Tina Nicholas. I think you're incredibly impressive because the amount of running that you do and the consistency that you do it in is remarkable. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here if you've made it this far, but I believe you did a marathon or a relayed marathon very recently, and it was hard to kind of tell from the Facebook and the Strava posts. But either way, I do know that you've been putting in a lot of consistent work, and it's impressive to see. So whenever COVID's over, I know that you're going to be one step ahead of the game in terms of your training and your fitness, and I think that's awesome. So you obviously love to run, you love to sweat, and again, big shout out, big call out, and kudos to you. Number two on the list would have to be. It was tough. The top two were really tough. Number two on the list is Emily Cowan. Emily, I think by the time anybody sees this, you're probably just finished your one run, 100 kilometers for the month. But it all culminated when she reached out to me. She said, this was a few months ago, I really want to do 30 kilometers in one day on my 30th birthday. And at that time, she had never run more than half a marathon. I think 2 or 3 you've done. But you did 30 kilometers on your 30th birthday, and it was hot as heck, and you did it in style, and that was unbelievable. I know you had some reservations about it going into it, just based on some of the questions that you asked me, and I think you knocked it out of the park. I mean, honestly, it was really awesome to see you complete that goal. It's a big goal. That's a big step up, and you basically were just brave enough to say, "F it, I'm gonna go for it and see what happens." And you completed it, and that was awesome. That was really, really awesome. So that's a huge call out right there. You've also been doing some great work just with respect to posting and just kind of letting people know how your runs are going, and also answering other people's posts when they've had questions or concerns as well. So the more love and info that we can share, the better, I think. So that's amazing. Number one on the list is going out to Sarah Riley. Sarah has been putting in some serious work since we started We Run London. I first actually met her and Emily at one of the very first social runs that we did before COVID at the Reset Social Cafe in downtown. And since then, Sarah's really upped her game. And in the month of May, she gave herself a goal of running 5K every single day. And obviously, she's number one on my list here. So she completed it. And I think that's unbelievable. Like, it's fantastic. Are you kidding me? Like, she gave herself a run streak, minimum 5K every day. And yeah, no big deal. Just goes out and does it. Like, I feel like if you said 10K, you probably would have done that too. Unbelievable. But yeah, the consistency kills, and I think that like I said, I think it's awesome. What a heck of a month, and it doesn't seem like you're slowing down based on what I've seen on Strava too. Bike rides and runs and family time. I think it's all good stuff. So mad kudos to all the women. We're gonna jump into the men here, and we have, who did I write down here? I can't even read my own writing. Todd Vanderpeer. Todd, I've known Todd for a few years now. We first started running together at Anderson, and I know he does most of his running at Backroads now. Again, pre-COVID, but Todd's always been a very talented runner. Sometimes he doesn't give himself credit for being a very talented runner, but he's fast, he's hardworking, and he's always very consistent. And during COVID, one thing I've noticed on social is that he's also kind of stepped out of his comfort zone a little bit, gotten back into biking and just trying to work on his overall fitness. And on every Monday, you can guarantee that him and Carrie are going to be posting and We Run London, and that's kind of fun to see too. So kudos to Todd. And I definitely look forward to having a beer with you one day. Not sure when that's going to happen, but it's been a lot of fun to get to know you guys a little bit better, and keep it up. Keep up the good work. Number 2 on the list, I'm going to go with the Fozzie Bear, Dave Foster. For anybody who knows Dave fairly well, they might be asking themselves, well, why is Foster number 2 on the list? All he's doing is cycling these days. But I think that's amazing. He's still running, of course. He did the Goggins Challenge, and recently he also banged off a 10K PR like it was nothing. And I think that it has a lot to do with the fact that he really picked up cycling. He adapted to COVID. Obviously he's a like most folks, they're busy people. He's still doing his job. He's a family man, and he started cycling in his house because I'm sure that was more convenient for him. And it made him stronger. And like I said, recently he just decided to go out and bang off the 10K PR as part of another Strava challenge that was out there. And he just did it, and he crushed it. So I think that's definitely something to be said, because you don't always have to do the same thing. You can step outside your comfort zone a little bit, jump on the bike, jump in the pool, go to a CrossFit class, like whatever, I guess if they're open. I keep saying pre-COVID, but you know what I mean. Just trying to do something different to stay yourself, or to keep yourself in good shape, get those sweats in, and just making yourself a stronger person is incredibly admirable. So kudos to you, Fozzie Bear. Number 1, we're going with James Leslie. Now, James is the man, another busy guy. He kind of has a crazy mind like me sometimes, where he'll just shout out like some huge monster goal, and then he's not afraid to tackle it. And in the month of May was no different. I can't remember the specifics on this, but I believe he put out a massive goal for himself. He's always been a very talented runner. He doesn't always run a lot during the week because he's working a lot. Obviously, during COVID, some folks' schedules have changed, and it did allow him to do a little bit more running. And he took advantage of it. He didn't just sit back. He took advantage of it. He went at it, full board. And I don't even know what that means. But anyways, he went at it with a full head of steam, and to my calculations, just from what I saw on Strava, he did 263 kilometers. I think his goal was around it was either 250 or 300. Either way, that's a lot of kilometers from somebody who doesn't run. Prior to that, I don't think he ran that much ever. Um, and either way, it's still a lot of effing kilometers. So, James, you smashed it, buddy. I know you love your beers. I know you celebrated, and we're celebrating here right now too. So we're celebrating everybody. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this little call out session. Uh, Myself, Jasmine, and the rest of the team are obviously still respecting the pause, but we wanted to take this opportunity to, like I said, just to highlight some of the positivity that we've seen in the community, some of the accomplishments that we've been seeing, and obviously just express the fact that we are looking forward to moving forward at some point. And we got some fun things lined up. Whenever we are given the green light, we're going to do so. And we just hope that everybody has a great weekend, is still staying safe. I know it's phase two, but stay safe out there. Don't take anything for granted. Get some awesome runs in, and hopefully we will see you very soon. I know I'm going to be at Backroads next week um, to help Backroads with some like leading some of their groups. So if you are interested in that and you've made it this far, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. And like I said, just stay safe, have fun, and happy running. All right. So keep living the sweat life, and we will see everybody soon. Peace.